Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Heard 'em Say podcast. Is the first episode. Absolutely. And here, it's always one person. It's always that person.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening. Mine looks crazy. Should I be straight up and down or should I be side to side? I can't even see me.
I um well we live, so yeah, that's fine. You look great. You look great. Struggle streaming already. It wouldn't be me if I didn't do it.
No.
So
Thing
welcome everyone
is
to
that
the
you would rather you would start without me. That's crazy.
we did start without you. We absolutely did.
Definitely your show. All about you, my guy.
Thank you. So again, for the third time, welcome to the Heard 'em Say podcast. I'm your host, one of your hosts. I am Darius, aka Rich. Very few people call me Rich, but feel free to call me Rich. And I have a wonderful panel of ladies here tonight. We're going to have some really crazy discussions. And first of all, we're on trial. I want everybody to know, first and foremost, the ladies are on trial. They got some explaining to do. Okay,
Aren't we
some
always?
explaining to do. Okay, so Rush Ribbons on YouTube. Hey Rush, love you Rush. I'll get to Rush Ribbons in a little later on, guys. But she's awesome. She's absolutely awesome. There's Rush right there, Rush Ribbon guys. But let me introduce the panel. First, we have we'll go from the person that was late. We'll get her on out the way. We have Miss Notori Darby. She's awesome. She knows me very well. We've been friends for a very long time. I think we, linked up in college, and we've just been friends ever since. Give it up for Tori, guys. She will die
Hi, guys.
on. She will die on her sword in an argument. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong. She's gonna die on that sword, and I respect her for that. Kicking it over, we have Miss Monique, Miss Unique. She's awesome. She is amazing. A counselor. She is. What else you do, Mo? What else you do?
Funeral director.
Funeral director. She deal with dead bodies. Yeah, I don't know about that, y'all. But she has an incredible perspective on things because of her experiences and because of her qualifications. So shout out to Monique Eppinger on the panel for us today. We also have Naomi the homie, aka Miss I Have an Excuse Today, Tomorrow, and Forever. Naomi Green, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for
Wow.
Naomi.
That's
Are you
Give it
crazy.
up
insane?
for
She's crazy.
That's what they call you. She has an
She's
excuse
absolutely crazy.
for everything. For everything. But I love her. She the little known history fact about Naomi. She's actually an OG, guys. She's actually the very first person that actually collabed with me on this channel. She's the first person that I reached out to and said yes. And she's been making excuses ever since, ladies and gentlemen. So give it up for Naomi Green, ladies and gentlemen. She's the OG. We love her. Now,
Wow.
let me set the stage because you ladies are on trial. That's right, ladies. You are
Oh
on.
God.
Get it on out your systems, ladies. You're on trial. You are on trial because I call cap. I smell.
What?
I smell cap soup.
You
Okay,
always call Cap.
and I'm calling
Always.
it. Let me set the stage, ladies and gentlemen. So everyone out there in live land, let me set the stage. So me and the ladies have a group chat. And Naomi, she's awesome. She's the one that's constantly brokering funny memes and topical situations to get us talking, to get us arguing. She's always on it. She's always sending something in the morning that either causes an argument, causes us to bust out in laughter.
Heavy on
It's
the
crazy.
argument.
Monday, she
Right.
posted a video. I don't know if y'all familiar with Kendra G, guys. You familiar with Kendra G? Anybody familiar with Kendra G?
Well, I personally just found her. I didn't know anything about her.
Yeah, she's a influencer, YouTuber, and shout out
Yeah.
to my guy. Hold on, guys. Shout out to my guy, the lead attorney. He is the hottest thing on YouTube right now. He is amazing. He is a certified lawyer turned YouTuber turned influencer. You gotta check out his channel, guys. He shouted me out. He actually posted this video on his community page as well, guys. So go check it out.
Okay.
He's
All right.
amazing.
All right.
He is
Thank
amazing. Go
you.
check out the lead attorney, guys. He's awesome. And shout out to my girl Gail Lockett. She's awesome. She's awesome. She's one of the premier what's it called? Moderators on YouTube as well. She's awesome, guys. Go check her out as well. She's always on everyone's YouTube channel with the wrench moderating and everything. And we also have Miss B Finesse. Shout out to Miss B Finesse. She also has a channel. Go check it out. Especially for the ladies, especially for the fellas. Go check out her channel as well. Love you, B Finesse. You're always part of the family. Back on trial. You're not off the hook, ladies. So
Get with it.
Kendra G has a video where she's having an interview with a 47-year-old black man. And the 47-year-old black man is telling Kendra G what he wants in a woman. Now, mind you, he says a couple of things that really, I guess, got the ladies in an uproar. What did this man say? Okay. The man said one. He said that he wants a woman that's at least 27 to 33. So he has a
No, no,
particular age.
no. He said
20.
27 to about. He said 25 to about 37.
Mm-hmm.
Even better. Even better. So 25 to about 37. He really mean 35, but we'll give y'all the 37. But he wants a
Oh, you'll
young.
give us 37. Okay.
He wants
Right.
a woman no less than 10 years younger than him, and and no more than about 20 years younger than him. Okay. So age. Number two, he says that he wants an all natural face. He doesn't want all the extra lashes, makeup, and all the extra fancy stuff that women do to kind of do themselves up. He's into a natural, beautiful woman, right? Number three, he wants a high sex drive. Okay. He said, man, he get it cranking. He's a 5-speed stick shift. He gets it going in all gears. And he needs his woman to do the same. Tori, what's going on, baby girl? You on trial. You on trial, so you need to hear all this. Number four, what else does he want? He wants a submissive woman because he's an alpha male. He's going to take charge in the initiative. He's going to be the leader. He's going to be the one to be the head of household. And he needs a submissive, kind of laid back, chill woman to be by his side, to compliment him. Number five, what else does this man want? He said that, we'll get to that.
Pet.
We'll get to that. That's why you're on trial. Words like that out of your mouth. That's why you're on trial. The last thing that he said that really got y'all throwing your wigs and lace fronts in the air is that this man said that he wants his woman to call him daddy. He wants his wife, to call him daddy. Because why? Why he wants his woman to call him daddy? Because he wants the woman to, in her own mind, on her own conclusion, to look at him and say, this man's providing for me, protecting for me, giving me provision, giving me direction, helping me understand the world. And he wants his woman to look at him and say, you know what? That's daddy. That's what he wants. 47-year-old black man. That's what he wants. And all three women, I can't even explain the uproar that this black man, this 47-year-old black man, had with these three particular women. Tori, what did you say? You say unrealistic.
Crazy.
Unrealistic. You said, Darius, this is what unrealistic looks like. That's what you said, Tori.
That's exactly what I mean.
That's exactly what you mean. You stand by that, right? On trial.
Stand firm on it.
Monique, what you say? What you say, Monique? You said it earlier. Pet. This man want a pet.
He wants somebody he can lead around. He want a pet. Like, dude, if you want a pet, go buy a dog.
Hold on. You on trial, but I'm having the opening remarks right now. Okay? You have your time to explain yourself.
Oh, I said what I said. I mean it.
And I respect it fully. Let's go to you, Naomi, because you in the corner ducking and dodging with the light dim. What did you say?
I'm not ducking and dodging anything.
What did you say? You said this man, you said the worst comment of all. You said this man was a narcissist. You clinically diagnose this man with a condition to where he irrationally, abnormally overindulged in himself because the man said simply what he wanted. He was asked what he wanted. He said what he wanted. And you call him a narcissist. So, ladies, explain to me, why can't this man express what he wants in a woman? 47 years old. Why can't he express himself? Why are women like yourself? You represent the modern women. The modern women is from 22 to about 35, right? So you represent the modern women. Why are you guys threatened by a 47-year-old alpha male?
Oh, okay. Well, let's
Whoa.
slow down with the word threaten, because
Yes,
whoa,
Nah,
please.
threaten.
I stand just like you stand by your words. I stand by mine. I feel like you guys are threatened by the thought of a man
Well,
knowing what he wants. So
well,
you're on trial.
I'll
You
say this.
go
I
ahead.
actually sent the video to other guy friends of mine.
Mm-hmm.
They disagreed with you.
Okay. I'm.
They
You're on
said
trial.
that
They're not
it,
on trial. You're on trial.
but
So
I'm saying,
based on what you said, okay. I don't. I wasn't there to witness what they said. I don't know what they said. So you're on trial. You defend yourself. So go, Naomi. He's a narcissist. Why you feel that way?
because his behavior, the way he was talking to me, came off as narcissistic and almost controlling. You want a 25-year-old woman, you're 47, 25, she could be your child. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, that means to me, you want something that someone that you can control and manipulate to do what you want them to do. You get somebody my age, which is 35, and you're 47, we're kind of closer in age. So I'm not really going to let you control me. I'm not going to do that. I'm not tolerating that.
Yes,
I'm not
yes,
tolerating
Y'all
that.
yes.
That's
rocking with
just
that
point
comment. I
blank.
hear you.
But I'm saying that's coming from a previous experience that I had where I was in a controlling situation, and I'm not doing that again. No.
So let me ask you a question before I get to the other ladies. So okay, so let's give additional context. So this man doesn't have any kids, any children.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
That's a
so
reason.
you got to understand that as a man, he's not up against the clock, but as a woman, biologically, you are up against the clock.
Yes,
There's a
he
clock
is.
ticking. There's a
Yes and
no,
no.
Yes,
no,
he
no,
is.
no, no. Men do not experience the same biological clock that women do. That's totally false. I know men that
Okay,
are
that
50 years
may not
old
be the
having
same.
children.
It may not be
But
the same, but there is a clock.
my point is
Mm-hmm.
that a doctor, a doctor will say to a woman that's 35, even in her mid 30s,
Good day.
approaching 35 and
Okay,
up.
so what we have
Hold on,
a
let me
we
finish.
have
Let
a
me finish.
question. No, well,
Let me
because we have a question.
let me finish. I didn't even make my point.
Go ahead.
A doctor would tell a woman in her mid 30s that you're up against high risk pregnancy.
Yeah.
And to be honest, with the hormonal changes that a woman goes through in pregnancy, with the energy that a woman is going to take in those nurturing years when a baby's an infant, I don't. It will be hard for a 30-plus-year-old woman to have children and have the same energy to apply to a husband the way that a younger woman would.
So, okay. So what I'm hearing you say, since
Yeah.
you say, since
Don't
you
put
say
words in my mouth.
I put words in your mouth, I'm gonna tell you what I'm
Go
hearing you
ahead.
say. What I'm hearing you say is an older woman cannot successfully sustain energy to be both a mother and a wife. That's what I'm hearing. Because basically, what you're saying is, in order for a woman to have the energy to be both a mother, to give energy to being a mother, and to give energy into a wife, she has to be a young woman. A woman that's in her mid 30s or older can't accomplish that. Is that what I'm hearing? Or no, I'm telling you, that's what I'm hearing.
I'm going to ask you a question to answer your question. So this is
No.
rock with me. Rock with me. This is my show. Rock with me. Okay. Rock with me.
Dictatorship.
Rock
There it
with me.
is.
Do any of you on the panel, okay, yes or no, are are the women on the panel from ages 25 to 35?
I
No,
just said I was 35.
Okay, perfect. Do any women on the panel have children?
No.
no.
So how can you say without having any children that a woman in her 30s again can have the same energy that a younger woman has having children when you
Because
haven't
I've
had
seen it
children?
done. I've seen it done. I've seen women in their 40s give
It's
birth, and they
it's
have this. They have energy to raise their kids, and they still got energy to go home and take care of their man.
but
So
the
I'm
I
energy
not
feel it's more
understanding what
prevalent
you're
now than
saying.
because the
ever.
energy is really not the point. The real point is the fact that you're up against high risk pregnancy. It's harder to get pregnant the older you get. You have a
That may be
window. You have a
that may be
That may
wall.
be
true,
true.
but there are also younger women who also have fertility issues.
But
Right.
There are
who's more
also younger
likely to
women
have
who
it? The
can
younger
be
woman or the
but
older
there
woman?
are but there are younger women who are also considered as high risk if they have other health issues, underlying health
Oh, you
issues.
adding
Come
stuff
on.
in.
It's
We
not
adding
adding
stuff
How is
in.
anything.
that
No,
I'm
but
just
I'm
they're
saying
valid.
you're no, you're
It's
adding stuff
valid
in. I'm
facts.
it's
taking a
valid though.
healthy 25-year-old woman versus a healthy 35-year-old woman. That healthy 35-year-old woman, no matter how healthy she is at higher risk of high risk pregnancy than a 25-year-old woman. That's the
That's
facts.
you're only able to say that because that's the narrative that's always being spoken about. That is
Mm-hmm.
not for every woman. There,
Tell him,
the narrative
Rush.
that they don't always speak about is that men have the same issue, but it's not for the
No,
men.
the
Yes, it is.
numbers do not
We
support
focus
that.
on the woman. We focus on the
Because the
woman first, and if the woman is still having trouble after exploring X, Y, and Z, different, after exploring different outcomes or whatever, then we focus in on the man. But the man isn't the first priority in the beginning. If we're talking about fertility, we're looking at the woman. What's the problem, or what issues are we running across with the woman? Does this work? Does that work? But if we're trying all of these things and it still does not work, then we look at the man. But that
Right.
narrative
I
doesn't
hear what you.
isn't always it isn't always discussed first. That's why that's not the one that we're bringing up.
I hear what you're saying, but you're moving the goalposts. You're moving the
No, we're
point.
not.
The
No,
point
we're
is
not.
this man wants a younger woman
And
because
there's
it
nothing wrong
gives
with that.
him. Hold on, let me finish. It gives him the likelihood of having not only children. It gives him the likelihood and a better chance to have children, but it gives him a better likelihood to have more children. Think about this. Let's say you're a 35-year-old woman,
No.
and let's say you want to space out your
Wait a
children.
minute. Did
Let
you
me
just say 35 and an old woman?
I said
He
No, he
said
35
didn't.
year
35 year
old
You
old.
said
woman.
that. That's
Calm
what
down.
you said.
No, I said 35-year-old woman. Calm down.
I'm just
Chill.
saying, don't come with that old stuff being 35 and being old.
35 years old.
Thank you. That
Mo.
sounds more clear.
Jesus Christ. But the woman's 35. And let's say she wants to space out these children. Let's say she wants to have 4 kids, and every year and a half, every 2 years, she wants to have a child. So it's like a step ladder every 2 years. Okay. So 35, she has a child. 37, she has a child. 39, she has a child. 42, she has a child. You mean to tell me that a 42-year-old woman is going to have 4 kids
Hold
with the
on.
same energy than a
Hold on.
25-year-old woman in the same trajectory having 4 children? You are insane if you
Well,
think that.
just as she's aging and the fact that he's already older, that limits him in the amount of
No,
life
it
that he has
doesn't.
left and the amount of energy that he has left to raise children. So we're just focusing on how she can be better or what she needs to be to be adequate enough to be a mother. But he's still aging as well. And I mean, are we preparing her to raise children alone?
You're missing the point. You're missing the
No,
No,
we're
you're
point.
not. But we're
you're
only
you're
talking
Because
about
talking
how
about a
she
young
needs
woman.
to
I
be.
mean,
the roles of mothers and fathers are so different,
Oh,
particularly
here we
when the
go.
child is younger.
Oh,
So
here
the
we go.
younger the child, the more involved the mother is. So it's
That's true.
important
Okay.
for a man as a husband to get a woman that is proven capable and have the energy and the wherewithal to be able to handle kids and multiple kids.
I can
While
agree
the
with that first statement.
that's what I'm saying. So
I can agree with
so
that.
so why are we focusing on the men's role when a man is choosing a mate based on her ability, her probability, I should say, to have children and her youth. He's banking on her youthfulness to be able to not only have these children over here, but still be the wife that she needs to be over here. And the odds say a younger woman is going to give him both of those. An older woman, the odds say an older woman is not going to be able to broker both. I'm just telling you.
That's not every woman has that testimony. That's not every woman's story. Honestly, there's no problem in him wanting or having a type or being specific with what it is that he desires in a woman. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's the daddy. It's the she has to be this age range so that she can be useful to me. That's a
That's
problem.
not what he's. You're mischaracterizing what he said. He doesn't
Oh
want.
God.
He wants a woman to be compatible with him. If he's an alpha male, if he's a guy that takes charge, if he's a guy that's not afraid to make decisions for his family, if he's not a guy, if he's a guy that's not afraid to be a leader and be the breadwinner and be the head of household, then he's going to need a woman that complements him. So that woman needs to be okay with being submissive and taking kind of a secondary role because she's complementary to his leadership. That's what, and a younger woman is more likely to be complimentary. Older women are established; they have their own ways. It's
That's
hard.
control.
I've dated
That
older
wait a
women.
minute. So you're saying if a woman is established that she cannot be
Go.
complimentary to her man. An established woman cannot be
That's
complimentary.
not you.
Is
You
that what
putting
you're
words in
saying?
my mouth. That's not what I'm
Is
saying.
y'all? Am I the
That's
only one hearing this?
exactly what he said.
I'm
That's
Am
saying
I the
for
exactly
only one
what he
this.
hearing
said.
this?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying for this man, a younger woman will fit him because of the type of man he is, and a younger woman is more likely to be submissive because she hasn't experienced the same things an older woman has.
Okay,
That's not
but
true.
just no. Hold on, Darius. I need you for me so I can understand what you're saying. I need you to define submissive, please.
Submissive literally means under the mission of someone else. So someone else sets the mission, and submission is that you willingly, under your own will, agree that you accept this mission as your own, and you agree to play a complementary role in this mission to make the mission succeed. That's
Okay,
submission.
all right. So
Come
you're
on, Mr.
saying,
Stewart. Don't
wait a
put words in
minute.
my mouth.
Mr.
So
Stewart, it's
oh,
not
no.
Talk to
happening.
It's
him.
It's
not
not
about putting
happening.
words in his
Talk to
mouth. It's
It's
not
not
him.
about putting words
happening.
in his mouth because no. I'm not putting words in his mouth. What I'm doing is relaying to him what I hear him saying.
Yeah.
That is what I'm doing. I am relaying to him what I hear him saying. So, what I'm hearing you say is that based on your definition,
Mm-hmm.
an established woman, okay, an established woman is less likely
Yes.
to be able to follow the mission of an alpha male.
I would say if I had to go to Vegas and bet the
That's a
odds.
simple yes or no.
Hold on, let me. This is my show.
That's a simple yes or
This is
no.
my show. I
Yo,
would
we
say
live
that
in a world, man.
if I went to Vegas and bet the odds on a younger woman submitting versus an older woman submitting, I'm betting on the younger woman because think
That's
about this. Think
bull.
about this. Let me explain. An older woman's established, so to be under someone else's mission, she's going to have to give. She's going to have to be willing to give up things that she's worked for. She's going to have to be willing to give up certain ideals that she's developed in all these years that she's been working on herself and been establishing herself. There's more things for her to give up than a younger woman. Take a
But
younger woman that's 25 that's out of college. that's not established and hasn't worked a career for 10 years and haven't have all these, these dead bodies in the closet and all these thoughts about relationships and haven't seen all the world. She's more open to a man teaching her things and
Definitely.
learning from him than an older woman
Definitely.
that's already seen it.
That young lady
But
is worried
what
about
if the
living her
old
life. And that older lady, maybe you don't know what her process has been like. She may be waiting for that guy to submit to. She has lived her life and established all that she has established up to whatever point that she is at to finally be submissive to a man. That is probably where she is. And I would see that more for an older woman than I would for a younger woman. No younger woman is going to just jump straight out of, the womb and say, hey, yep, I'm ready to be submissive to a man. I haven't lived much
Yes.
yet and I'm ready to be
That's
submissive
the
to a
point.
man.
That's the
I'm
point
ready to be under
though.
Which
his
to me
mission.
sounds like but that to me sounds like that he's looking for this man in particular. He's looking for someone that has no thoughts of her own, no
You're
ideals of her
putting
own,
words
like
in his
somebody.
mouth.
No, you
No.
just said you that he
That's
wants
not
somebody
putting
with no
words in
life
his mouth
experience.
though.
Yes, it is. He never said
How
he
is that
wanted a
putting?
mindless woman. He wants someone to where he
But
doesn't
he
have to fight
but he didn't
for.
establish that he wanted a woman with her
But
own mind either.
I don't understand how an
Why would
established
he need
woman
to
presents.
establish that?
But I don't understand how an established woman presents such a problem in a relationship. Like,
Because to
because
be
men complain so much that, oh, women just want somebody to take care of them, blah, blah, blah. But then here comes a woman that can do for herself, and that's a problem. Like, I don't understand that.
because I just said it.
Intimidation.
Women who are established have more to give up to be submissive. They have established, they have experience, they have careers, they have the cars and the houses, they work for stuff. And they develop a mentality that is that, I'm my own person. It's twice as hard for that person to then meet someone like him who's an alpha male and wants to be the head of the household. It would be hard for an established woman to walk into that atmosphere and say, whatever you say, let's rock with it. And I'm going to work to make the mission come alive. Is you're asking a
But
woman to
there
give.
No, but
there
no,
are
that's not
so
true.
many
That is not
women.
true.
There are so
Yes, it
many women
is.
that don't want to, like, that have lived up to their 30s and early 40s or whatever, and I've had to make decisions for myself this long. I've had to do it by myself for this amount of years. I don't want to, I'm ready for my helpmate. I'm ready for my partner.
Thank you.
I'm ready to be submissive to a man. Like, I'm ready for that. But not the younger woman. The younger woman is still trying to live. I'm not trying to be home cooking and cleaning and just doing that for you only. I want to live a little bit.
You just explained why it would be hard for a man to have. You just proved my point. What are you
No,
talking
I
about?
didn't.
Huh?
You missed what
Yes, you
she said,
did.
Darius. You
None of
missed
Did
what
he
that
she
listen to
said.
what she
proves
said?
your point.
You
You guys
weren't
are
listening. I don't know who
insane.
you were talking to, but you
He's
missed
listening
what
to
she said.
himself. He's really
He
having a
didn't hear
conversation
what
with
you
I don't know what you're
said.
himself.
talking about.
I really think he caught the tail end of what you said. You didn't hear everything that she said.
Okay, you guys are not making any sense at all. It's like you want to be single in the relationship. It's like you want to be able to, and you guys say this all the time. You want a partnership, but let me tell you something about marriage because I'm married. Marriage is a hierarchy. There are levels to marriage. There's no real partnership. We say that crap all the time because in relationships, boyfriend and girlfriend, yes, it's a partnership. You go home to your place, I go home to mine. But in a marriage, when there's decisions to make every single day, when there's bills on the line, when there's children on the line, you absolutely better bet your bottom dollar there are hierarchies. And usually the man is the one look to making those decisions day to day.
Now,
And
Darius,
he,
I will agree. I will agree that in marriage there's a hierarchy. It should be God, the man, the
yes.
wife, the kids.
Yeah, I
That's
agree with
how
that.
it should be.
So
That's how
how
it should be.
and
But I guess what I'm saying is
mhm.
I I can only speak for me. I understand that hierarchy. I
I
understand
will
how that works.
live single
Okay? I understand how
until
that works.
otherwise.
But even as an established woman, I I can be with an alpha male and submit to that man if he is doing everything that is worth me submitting to.
Here y'all go.
I have no problem submitting to a man. If this man is following God and he's a real man, I have no problem submitting to that.
We didn't understand that, my guy.
I know,
Bring
right?
that last
But
comment
Yeah, I don't know
back.
what that comment was.
Bring that one back.
the first, you're not saying what you're saying. Now you're not hearing what you're hearing. Oh, he's
I'm
saying
confused.
first.
Oh, I see. I
He's
see.
saying
Yeah,
first. You're
yeah.
saying what you're not saying. Yeah. Let's move on.
Oh, okay.
I I I disagree totally. With what you're
A
saying.
simp. I'm what?
That's
Who?
exactly
What
right,
woman wants
Mr.
a
Stewart.
simp?
You
Nobody wants.
do.
No, I
You
don't.
do.
Darius, come on, don't come for me like
You
that.
do.
Do not come for me like that. You knew
Ev-
what
But
kind of man I grew
there,
up with. Why do you think I would go out there and get a simple man?
because you're afraid of an alpha male because you have to
Are
come
you?
under. Yes.
I
Because
am afraid of an
listen.
alpha male.
You put
Yes.
on a big
You
step
really
Yes.
into the
trying it.
big
You
league,
trying it
baby.
for real
Yes.
this
You don't try.
time.
Yes. You
You
are
but
trying it for
Mr.
real
afraid.
this
Stewart
time.
In a
said,
big league.
"Here I am."
You
It's
trying it
that
for
part.
real this time.
Let
It's
me tell
that
you why
part,
you're
man.
afraid, and then you can have the floor. You're afraid because with an alpha male, there's certain things that you just ain't gonna be able to do. Just like with him, an
That
alpha
sounds
male
so
knows.
selfish.
Listen, there's certain things that a man that's an alpha male realizes that he ain't not gonna be able to do once he brokers a marriage or a relationship with you. And there's certain things that you're not going to be able to do when you're with that alpha male. But it seems like you want to live single. You want to go on trips when you want to go on trips. It's like you want to do what you want to do in the relationship and have somebody accept it. But if with an alpha male, that's not the
You
case.
can't do that.
Well, the alpha male needs to date an older woman.
No, he needs to a younger woman.
I mean,
He needs to be with
honestly,
an
I
You
older
feel
think a
What are you
woman.
like
younger
talking
woman is not
about?
gonna
I
want to
feel
go
like
on
this.
trips with her friends and stuff like that?
He's taking her on the
He
trips.
probably
That's the
do, but
point.
I think
No,
that the alpha male can actually date whoever he wants to. Honestly, if that's what you want, go after it.
that ain't cute, my
Personally, he
guy.
may not be for me.
Y'all crazy.
I'm just saying, you can date who you want to date. If that's what you want, go for it.
Yeah,
But
Okay.
you skipped a very important
vital part.
point.
Yeah.
He also said that he was
Yes.
divorced. So what I want to know is, why are you divorced? Like, what happened?
That's irrelevant.
Did the
How
No,
is
it's
that
not.
irrelevant? No, it's
It's not.
not.
Because he's saying what he wants for the next woman. So why does the past marriage matter to what
It
he's looking
doesn't
for
matter about the
now?
past
Because the
marriage.
same.
What matters is you need to dig deep into the person that you're getting involved with. That's where we go wrong. We have this idea of the person that we want to be with, and then when our expectations are ruined, it's like, oh well, every man is trash. They do this, that, and the other, and I just don't want to deal with nobody. No, you
The
got to dig in
thing
deep. It doesn't matter what the previous relationship was. You need to figure out what the issue was. Was it you or was it her that caused y'all to separate?
You sound like you're
That's important.
deflecting. You're
I'm
I
not
deflecting.
think that
deflecting.
I
Yes, you're
don't think it's
deflecting.
No.
deflecting. I think
Yes,
that the
100%.
pastor relationship is important because the same mentality that he carried in that one, he might be trying to carry in this one, and it may be the reason why that didn't work. That may be
What does that
heavily
have
the
to do
reason.
with what he's looking
Well,
for?
why? I mean, it has nothing to do. Like you told me, honestly, y'all. I shared the kind of what I was looking for one day, the kind of guy that I desired with Darius one night, right? And he told me it was completely unrealistic,
Completely.
and it was just not gonna happen. And I feel the same for him. I believe that it is unreal. I don't think it's unrealistic. I think it's what he wants. I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely crazy. I think that I think that there is a person out there for him. He was an attractive guy too. That's one of the things that's gonna open up the door for him. He was a really attractive guy. However, his desires were really unrealistic, and the mindset that he carries, I think that we focus in so much on what we need the woman to be, how we need the woman to be, the characteristics we need her to have, how old she needs to be, and we forget how we need to actually be to the woman. And he's not considering that portion, and that's probably why his last marriage failed.
He's being asked what he wants. Why are we worried about trying to, this is what y'all do when y'all feel threatened by someone saying what they want. You try to tear the person down or invalidate what the person wants by trying to dig into to what his past is. And I'm saying that it's irrelevant. He was asked what he wants, and he said what he wants. And what he
Yeah, it's
wants,
crazy.
no, what he
It's
wants
crazy.
is based on, this is the thing about men and women, and this is why you guys don't understand. I'm gonna keep it 100. Men choose the women based on compatibility. A man chooses a woman because he looks at himself. He says, okay, man, you're this, you're that, and a third. So I need a woman that's going to complement the kind of man that I am. And that's why we typically go for those type of women. We end up marrying typically the women that complement us the best. She may not look the best. She may not be this or that, but she complements us the best. Women will have a long list of just random things that they like, and they want to throw all these random things in one gumbo and hope that the man has all these random things. Some don't even match, some contradict each other. It doesn't matter. You throw all this stuff in a gumbo and just hope for the best. And that's what he's doing. He's picking it. He knows that he's an alpha male. He knows that he wants multiple kids because he doesn't have any children. He knows that he wants to be head of household, so he needs a woman that's okay with being submissive and falling back and not creating any problems. He doesn't want to have to fight, for a hierarchy in a marriage. And a younger woman who is fertile, who is young, who doesn't mind being taught something, because who can teach an older woman something? Let's be honest. Not much. Not much. Y'all say y'all learn, but you really don't. Let's be honest. Let's keep it 100. He's picking the woman that complements every single,
No. He
every
picked the
single,
woman who is more useful to him, not
right.
necessarily compliments him.
Men marry for
Useful.
utility. You have to be
Oh,
useful
here
in
we
a
go.
marriage.
Here we
Wow.
go.
That's for men
Naomi.
and women.
Naomi, here we go. Oh, yeah. Let's run that conversation back.
Let's run it.
They
Oh
clearly don't
God.
understand or know anything about men. We're not men.
Thank
We're
you.
not
Yeah,
men.
we're women.
But a
We're not
man is
men.
telling you and you're not listening.
But
So
Well,
that
I'm
that,
listening, so you can't. You ain't talking to me because I'm listening. I
you
mean,
know.
but that's the point. Like, utility means your ability to be useful. It's cute. You can be cute and you can be fun when you're dating. But when you marry somebody, the man has to be useful. He has to be a useful provider, provide some type of provision, be some type of father to the children. And a
Mm-hmm.
woman has to be useful. She has to be a good mother. She has to be someone that is nurturing. She has to be someone that is healing and provide inspiration. So
Has to.
you have to be useful. Men marry based on your utility, if you're useful or not. If you're cute but you're not useful in the context of a day-to-day marriage, then what's the point?
so now that you explain your word of utility, I get it. I can't speak for Tori, but I get it. I understand what you're saying.
Mo, what you got to say? You come
No,
on.
who me? No, I'm
I said
serious.
Mo.
I
I said
understand.
Mo.
Oh,
I mean, I do understand your definition of utility. I get that because I get that. You're right. When you get married, you do want to marry somebody that's useful to you, that can grow with you, that can help you, that can complement you. I
Yes.
totally get that. I do. However,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying that he can't have a preference of the type of woman that he wants. That's perfectly fine. That's human nature. We all have a preference of the
We
type of
do.
person that we want to be with. And I think for me, with him, it wasn't his preferences. It was simply, it was the way he came about it. Like,
I
I
do.
want her in her mind I want her in her mind to see me as daddy. Like that, I have a problem with that
Why?
because I have a daddy and he ain't you. Like,
It,
I'm sorry. I have a dad. I have a
mhm.
dad. I have somebody that raised me. I have a man in my life representing my father, and he is my father, my daddy. So to for a man, if I'm dating a man and he's coming at now, I'm not gonna say that women don't call a man daddy. I mean, sometimes it's a cute little whatever, whatever. But
What's the
for a man to come,
problem?
for a man to come to me and say, "I want you to call me daddy," like, no.
Did you watch the video?
Yes, and did he,
He
ladies,
said
did he or did he not say that he wants her to see him as daddy?
That's
Did he not
exactly
say
what he
that?
said. That's
that's
exactly
not
what he said.
what he said. Was
That
that
is what he said.
let me finish? He said that he wants the woman on her own to call him daddy because she's looking at the way that he's providing leadership, he's being the head of the household, he's handling business. So she's gonna look at him on her own. It's what he said in the video. On her own is his exact words, and say, "Dang, that's daddy." Now, is that something that I prefer? I mean, I'm cool with it. If you don't, I'm okay with it. But he's saying that just like your father did all that stuff when you were a girl. Your husband steps into that exact same role as your father. You literally leave your father, even if for the Christians out there, for the Bible toters out there, you literally leave your father to go to your husband, and he acts as your daddy. Case case in point, and he's just highlighting that fact. But you have a problem with that? And there's millions of married women all across the globe that call their husbands daddy. And we don't bat an eye. Go ahead, girl. Ooh, that's daddy. Ooh. But a man says, I want her to call her daddy. We have a problem with that?
Yeah, we do. We do. We absolutely do. We're not
The
coming
the,
down on
the double standard is real. And that's
that.
my
We're not
point.
coming down
It's
on
one
that.
thing, if I'm calling you daddy in a cute sexual way, whatever like that, that's one thing. But for you to come and say, for you to come to me saying, I want you to see, like, even if you're saying in your own way or in your own, not you coming at me saying, I want you to see me as your daddy. No. I don't see. Nah, it's the way, and to me, I don't like the way he was using
We should
daddy.
have
Like,
inserted a clip of that video
if you
tonight.
want somebody to call you daddy, then you know what? Go have a child. If like, nah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. If I'm a man and I'm providing for this woman, I'm working my back off. I'm putting my life on the line. I'm providing protection at any given moment. Burglar comes, break into the home. Guess who the first person to come and put their life on the line is me.
That's a
I'm
little bit
doing
questionable these days, but go ahead.
this is the man. This man I'm speaking of is the man to do this. Is what I'm saying.
Listen,
So
you know.
I'm working my back to the bone to provide for you and the kids. To where that you ain't got to really worry about anything. I'm handling all the major decisions of the household. I'm putting all the pressure on me to the point where I'm like, hey, it would be kind of nice. It'd be kind of cool. She called me daddy because she sees me aching to a father. Aching. He's the most powerful thing in a woman's most powerful role, male role in a woman's life is the father. And for you to look at your husband to say that he has these qualities like a daddy, that's a very high accomplishment. But you ladies are saying, no, just because you said it out your mouth. No, we don't accept that because you said it. You basically saying, let us say that. We don't need you to say that. And that's the point. I think you're afraid of alpha men because you don't want to be told what to do. Let's keep it 100. You don't want to be told anything. Not nicely. You don't want to be bargaining with. You don't want to be told what to do.
That is not true. That is not
That's
true.
not true.
Chat, what y'all say? Chat, chop it up. Does it seem like the ladies just don't want to be told what to do? Is that am I reading that right? If I'm wrong, chat, let me know. Talk to me.
That's not true at all. That's
That
not
is
true
not
at all.
true. It's not.
Okay, we got one facts. My boy Don Vito, he said, yeah, it's facts. Y'all don't want to be
No.
told what to do. A beta male or someone, a male that will take a less dominant role and take more of a complementary role to you, he's not he's gonna negotiate with you. He's gonna say, baby, you want to go to the club with your girlfriends? He's gonna be like, okay, cool, all right, that's nice. But
But why
that's
don't
not.
we have an decision in our marriage? And I think that's the other thing. Yes, we want our husbands to provide. Yes, we want our husbands to protect us. We want us, of course, provide provision for the family, spearhead the family. We want that, right? We're not trying to be that by no means at all. However, and I know that you're gonna say women are just supposed to nurture, raise children,
That's
be
not what I'm
peace
saying
to
at
the
all.
home.
Go ahead. You put words in my mouth. That's not what I'm
Okay.
about to say. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, that's what you've said in times past. But nonetheless,
I'm saying
let's just
that's
say,
okay. Go ahead.
well, so what exactly does the woman contribute to the home? I guess
Well,
that's something my
let me flip it. Let me tackle this in a different angle. You know, this conversation will be much easier if you guys were in a marriage, because the rules of engagement change in a marriage. And let's be honest, I'm married. I have a wife, and dude, there are decisions that come in a marriage that women don't want to have to make these decisions. There's pressure in a marriage that women are like, hell no, don't put that pressure on me. Like, you women are looking on the outside, looking in, saying that, man, you're too controlling all of this stuff. And then the women inside the marriage is like, take the pressure off of me. I don't want to have to worry about day-to-day bills. I don't want to have to worry about the decisions of where our children are going to go here or there, or we're going to move here or going to move there, and who's going to provide for that. There are decisions every day that men, head of house, I'll say head of household, because that could be men or women, but generally the men should be the head of household. That's my opinion. But
that's your
head of
opinion.
house, there are decisions that head of households have to make on a daily basis. And if you women were faced with these decisions on a daily basis, you would be like, oh, hell no. Get this pressure up off of me. You know
Devil
what I
get us
mean?
off me. Devil get
So
us off me.
exactly. So that's why I'm not understanding. And a woman's role and I feel in marriage lies in what she's strong at. Women's strength are their nurturing. Women's strength is their ability to have intuition and kind of know things before they happen. Because a man needs counsel. A man needs to go to his wife and say, baby, all right, I got a decision to make. This is what I'm thinking. How you feeling? And the woman is supposed to have this intuition to know that you making a good choice, baby, or no, I think I'll hold off on that, baby. But if the choice is yours, but this is how I feel. That's the woman's role, because that's her strength. That's what she's gifted to do. That's what she brings to the table. But you women, you
That's it.
water, y'all. What else do a woman want to do in a marriage? Tell
Oh,
me, tell me,
I thought that was going a different way.
tell me
I
what a
thought that was
woman.
going a different
Tell me,
way.
tell me the responsibility a woman wants in a marriage for her to warrant any type of responsibility. Tell me what a woman wants to do in a marriage.
What do you mean? We want to be present. We're present.
Present.
We're present in the marriage. Everything that my husband is equipped to or is responsible for, we are equally as responsible for. What do you mean?
That's not even true.
No, that's not true, Tori. I don't agree with that at
Talk to
all.
him, Naomi.
I
I'm
don't
a
agree
fall
with
back.
that at all.
The
I'm
thing
a
is
fall back
that
on that.
No,
you're
because
honestly you
what
dance
you're
around
saying
what
is
you
we should
really want
have
to
equal
say.
responsibility as the spouse. I don't agree with that.
Not at all.
No, I don't agree with that at all.
Why not?
Because as the wife, like what Darius was saying, as the wife, you are supposed to follow his lead. He's the head of household. You don't want the responsibility of paying the mortgage. I damn sure don't. If I'm gonna pay a bill, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be my personal bills, i.e., my car insurance, car payment, maybe the light bill. That other stuff, no.
Can we speak realistically though? Realistically, Darius, I like this picture that you paint for marriage. I do. I really do. I really like the concept of marriage. How many households today operate on that?
Operate on one. Be specific.
The man solely taking care of all of the bills, um, making all of the heavy decisions for the marriage or for the relationship, for the household. How many households are operating like that today?
Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Let's use
How
numbers.
many households are operating like that
This is
today?
my show. Relax.
Please answer the question. How many though?
Men's average income in this country is about $50,000. For black men, it's about 40,000. For women in this country, the average income of a woman is about 29,000 a year. So men make, on average, more money than a woman. So the odds say that if a man and a woman get together, most likely, this is not always the case, but we're playing the odds. Most likely, the man is going to make more anyway than the woman, because a woman on average makes 29,000, the man makes about 40,000. So the man is going to automatically assume the responsibility because he's making more. And there's a lot of households. I know tons of women who say that my husband pay everything. I don't pay nothing. I sit on my rusty dusty. Well, I don't sit on my rusty dusty, but I sit there. I raise the children. I make sure they're fed, they're clothed. I take them to school. I go to all the meetings. He takes care of all the bills. He works 15 to 18 hours a day. He handles all the bills. I know tons of women, tons of
Darius,
women
come on.
that say that.
Come
I
on.
I don't know a tons of
Come
men.
on.
They're saying that the lady is the one holding down the household. I don't
I'm
know
not
that
saying
many
that the
women.
lady is supposed to hold down the household. What I'm saying is we're equally responsible
No,
to
I'm married,
to contributing to the household.
dude. I'm
There is
married. I'm married. I'm telling you, women know. I pay the majority of the bills, and that's okay.
majority, not
Correct,
all.
majority. Yes. Think about this. If my wife was single, she'd be paying
I'm
hundred
not gonna
percent of her
argue to you
bills.
about that because I'm not
Okay.
married, but I'm saying realistically, how many
Exactly.
households outside, not just looking
Tons.
at yours. No, that's not true,
Tons.
Darius. If that
Tons.
was true, there would not be. Honestly, I don't believe that the divorce rate would be as high as it is if that was true.
Thank you, brother. Listen, what world do you live in, Tori? Well, women out here just having men in the house somewhere with a bow tie on. He ain't got no shirt on, and the woman's going out here working all day. And she's coming home to the man and slapping the bacon on the table. What world are you living in? Men are
Darius, that's not what
overwhelmingly
I'm
taking
saying
care
as
of the
well. That's
household.
not what I'm saying at all.
Whew,
I said
we gonna be here
equally
all night.
responsible. Me and we split the responsibility.
There's
That
no split.
this day and age, yes, there is. Men are not taking care of the majority of the bills these days at all.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
Not
I'll help
all
you
of
out.
them.
I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Do is more women working today and contributing financially to a household? Yes. I'll help you out. I'll give you that point.
You're not helping me. That's a fact. That is an absolute fact. I don't need
I agree
help.
with that
That is
fact.
a
I
fact.
I agree with that fact. However, if we look at the percentage of what a man pays versus what a woman pays on average in this country, the men are overwhelmingly paying more than women are in day-to-day household finances. That is not even close. Women are contributing, but men are the heavy lifters when it comes to head of household on a day-to-day basis. The roles are not equal.
Okay. I'll leave it. I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone.
Okay, Rebecca rocking with y'all. She's rocking with y'all. She's saying that the incomes may be flipped today, but I got these off. I actually got the numbers off a website
But that's
that
not
reported the
accurate
incomes.
for this date and time. Like I like that idea. I really do. And if that was something that every household would could experience in every marriage could experience, I think that there will be a lot of successful marriages. However, it's just not the case. It's not the case. And I only said that to say that women contribute more than just those non-tangible things in the relationship towards the marriage. I think that we are needed to be more than just your piece. Yes, we want to be that, However, we are needed to be more than that. We contribute a lot more than just being accessible to whatever it is to watch you provide, if that makes sense.
I think you're devaluing the women that take a more, I would say, submissive role and take a more complimentary role and maybe don't contribute to the bottom line of the household, but they take care of the children. My wife, I'll give you a little antidote. My wife stayed at home for a little while. She had our daughter, and she stayed at home for a little while, and she was essentially a house mother. I was working and paying all the bills. She was recovering from pregnancy, and she was home 24/7 with the children. My wife could not wait to go to work and get away from the kids because it's harder for women to exclusively nurture and raise children, particularly if they have multiple kids. It's harder to do that than any job that women are doing today, by far. I know career women who, when they had their children, they even came back to work earlier than they're supposed to because they were like, I can't stay at home with all these kids. It's a literally 24-hour job. So I think you minimalizing the fact that women do stay home and do take a complimentary role and let the man provide and they stay home and nurture the children. That's an incredible job.
It is an incredible job. It
So
is.
so so
But
why devalue that?
we've evolved from that, is essentially what I'm saying. We've evolved out of it. It is very incredible. If you're a woman and you're still able to do that, you have that luxury. It is a luxury. I commend you. I think that you are a hardworking mom. I think that your job isn't easy. However, I just know that today, right now, today, that is not your average home.
You're crazy. Let's shift gears because we've been on this topic enough.
Say what you say.
We're gonna shift gears on that, but I think you ladies are. I just think modern women. I'm gonna take it off you guys because it's too personal. I just think the modern women are just essentially kind of afraid of a real alpha. Like, I'm gonna go get it. I'm gonna put us on our back and do it, man. I don't think you embrace him the way that you think you do. But I'm going to shift gears on that. Um, and a little comment here, Rebecca Gray, that's my sister, by the way. I love you, Rebecca. But she's on your side. She's like, speaking for me and my house, we both contribute, we both build, we both succeed together. I really, I really believe. I don't really believe we live in a time where a full financial weight should be put on one person, and that's a good point. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I will take that point. I'm not saying that a man should. I'm okay with a man providing 100%, but he doesn't have to. But I'm saying the majority of the load and the pressure is on the man. But we're gonna
I'm trying
move.
to switch gears now.
Y'all we're gonna switch gears because y'all lost. And y'all looking like a team that lost
I'm trying to
45 to
switch
nothing
gears
on
now.
the bench. Shift gears. Okay, so you guys want to put me on trial. So last night we had a conversation about Lala. Lala Anthony. Everybody know Lala. Talk to him, Lala. Well, what's going on with Lala? Lala Anthony is in the news because she is finally divorcing Carmelo Anthony after what, 10, 15 years of marriage? It's a wrap. Well, 11 years of marriage, I think. It's a wrap.
15.
And the ladies, Naomi wasn't privy to this conversation, so I want to hear your perspective on this. The ladies crucified me, shot me, pow, pow, pow. Like, they were like, "How could you think this? How could you believe this? You are incredibly crazy for thinking this." Okay, so chat, everybody watching today, y'all let me know how y'all feel. So I think, well, first the ladies are Notori and Monique. They are sympathetic because Carmelo Anthony cheated on her, broke her heart. You know, left the girl crying on the side of the street, boo hoo, oh, you know, all that, you know, and they identify with that hurt. Many women have been cheated on. It feels awful, horrible, and they were sympathizing with that. And I came in and said, all that crying ain't necessary. Wipe your tears. Because let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Say
She
it.
signed up for it. She signed up for it. That's what she signed up for. And I it's like I almost broke the internet. It's like I almost got canceled.
Yeah.
So ladies, I
I
want
want
you
to
to
hear
kind
your
of
people say what they got to say about that.
well, we'll let them
Respond to that.
chime in on that. Okay, Mr. Stewart. He's big on no cheating. So I respect Mr. Stewart. He says no cheating. Sorry, bro. I can't be on your side on this one. No cheating. Mr. Stewart, I actually agree with you. Okay. I agree. The cheating part is bad. No cheating. I'm just saying she signed up for the cheating when she signed up to marry an NBA player. Like they don't cheat. That's all I'm saying. So,
No.
ladies, y'all recap. Y'all talk to me.
Do you want Naomi to answer first because she wasn't
Yeah.
privy to
Go
the?
ahead. Go ahead, Naomi. What you think about that? Naomi? The homie?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got some shocking news. But okay.
Oh no. You okay?
No, yeah, I'm good. I'll be all right.
Okay.
As far as the cheating thing, it's touchy. Cheating is for some people it really is a deal breaker. Some people can recover from cheating. I've seen it happen. But what led to the cheating is my question. Like, what did she do
Naomi,
that
what?
probably
That's a good point. That's a good
no, I'm not,
point.
it's a question. It's a
It's an
valid
awesome
question.
point, Naomi.
What
That's a
did
good point.
she do or what did he
Oh,
do that led him to that point?
Talk to him. Dragon Flame understands what I'm saying. She signed up for it. This is
and
what
he's
I mean
crazy as
about
well.
she. This is what I mean. He's not crazy. This is what I mean about sign up for it. Okay. If fidelity is like, say fidelity is number one on your list, you can deal with a dude that ain't making a whole lot of money. You can deal with a dude that maybe he ain't got a whole lot of education, but he cannot cheat on you. He has to be faithful 100%. Let's say that's number one on your list. I feel that if that's number one on your list, the last person that you need to be marrying is an NBA player because they don't have track records of being faithful. It doesn't make any sense. You guys watch Real Housewives, Real Basketball Wives all the time. You've heard the crazy stories about basketball players, and these dudes ain't even the stars. These are bench players. These are dudes averaging 44 points a game, and they going crazy in the NBA.
But
Carmelo's a Hall of Famer. So what did you
I'll
expect?
say this. So I asked a guy friend, why do men cheat? And his point was extremely valid. He said that a man can go out and just have sex with any woman, but you can't make love to some random chick off the street because you have no connection with that girl. You only can make love to the person that you are in love with or connected to. So for them, it's just sex. It's not even a spiritual connection type thing. It's just sex. But
Let's
the question still remains: what led you to that point?
let's see what this guy has to say because he may be on. Yeah, Mister, what's his name? Baze. What's up, my boy? You good? I hope you good because you bring up a very interesting point. She stopped giving up the sex. Is this true? Did she stop giving up the cookie?
Probably.
That ain't got nothing to do with
It
whether
has
Jesus or not.
everything to do with everything.
No, it has nothing to do with it.
Y'all crazy. Mo, what you think? She stopped giving up the cookie? That's why?
I mean, if I found out my husband was cheating on me with some random with some randoms, bruh, you darn right I ain't doing nothing with you. I don't trust you, and I don't trust where your stuff been.
Hmm.
Nah, you going out here smashing randoms, and then you want to come home and you still want and you still want me to sleep with you too? Nah, that ain't happening. But first of all, if it was me, you ain't got but
Mm-hmm.
one time to cheat, and I'm out the door. One time. It wouldn't be no,
Like
we've been
you,
married for 15 years and you done cheated on me multiple times and then had all these side babies. Nah. You got one time, and I'm out the door.
That's a
I'm
good
The
gone.
point.
thing is, I think that Lala, a little bit more context behind Lala's situation is this isn't the first time that Carmelo cheated. So she really, honestly, she forgave him, stuck beside him. I'm gonna stick beside him. She stuck beside him, and then he cheats again, and now there's evidence. Now, before it was just, it could have been blown off as just a rumor, but now there's actual evidence of his cheating because now there's a child and she is not mine. I didn't have her, but there's a child that he now has. So now, like, I mean, the same vows that you took in your marriage, Darius,
Yeah.
regardless of what occupation that you have, whether you be an NBA basketball player or you work for McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? Same vows he took, you took. The same premises for marriage is it's the same. It's the same all the way across the board. He said cap to the max. Extract contract says that's cap.
And
What
he's
what
absolutely
does the
right.
contract has what does the
Because
contract
she
have to do with
stayed with
anything?
him because he's Carmelo Anthony.
Do you
She
know that
Any
for a fact? Do you
devastation.
know
listen.
for a fact that she stayed with him simply because of who he was, and that she didn't stay with him because she loved him?
You can't disprove it. You can't
But the
prove.
thing is that who
You
said
can't
that people
disprove that
get,
she
and
did.
this is the same thing we talked about last night. People don't get married for things,
That's
regardless of whatever thing that he had prior to, and she was
ladies.
established as well prior to marrying him. She was established. She had her own name. I believe she was on TRL or something like that. But nonetheless, she had her own things. So marrying him for things, I don't believe that that was her game. And then something else we also said was Lala is very unproblematic. She not flashy. She not in the public eye like that. She got her own career and stuff going on now, but she's not that girl. So to think that she only stayed because he's Carmelo Anthony, honestly, is a stretch for me. I think that she married him, stayed with him for 15 years because she loved him, because that's really why women get married majority of the time. We get married to be in love. We don't get married for your things.
Oh, I don't
I
Like
feel
drink.
like Tina Turn
I
on
could
that. What
understand your
what does love
I
have to
argument.
do with that?
I
I
could
need a drink.
understand your
Mm-mm.
I don't even
argument,
drink.
Darius. I could understand your argument that, oh, she stayed with him because he was Carmelo Anthony if she didn't have nothing. If you know what I'm saying, if she wasn't who she was, if she was just a regular girl that happened to snag a basketball player and he's out here cheating or whatever, and she stayed with him, I could understand your argument. Like, oh yeah, she stayed with him just because he's who he is. But I mean, this is Lala. She got her own stuff.
I'm tired of having to put y'all ladies on
What do you
game,
think
bro.
is going to happen? What we think is gonna happen is that he's gonna be remain faithful to his marriage.
No, he's a basketball
That's what we.
player.
What does
Are
that
you
have
So
to
are you
do with
serious?
so are you saying
anything?
that no
That
professional
means that he has
athlete,
no
no
self
entertainer
control.
can
No.
be faithful?
Yes. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. People that are famous in Hollywood, they play by a different set of rules than normal people. I told you this already. Their reasons for getting married and our reasons for getting married is totally different. Kim Kardashian and Kanye West didn't get married for the same reasons me and my wife got married. It's a different game. They marry for status. They marry for clout. They marry for connections. This is
Mm-hmm.
this
How
Yeah.
is
can you
why they
prove it?
marry.
How can you prove
So
Because
it?
they
she
get
should
What do you
just
divorced.
mean, Tori?
How can you prove
Wait,
it?
no, okay. With the Kim and Kanye situation, she definitely married him for or he married her for
For
status and
status.
more connections. She probably
How can we
married him
prove
for
it?
the same reasons because she was trying to get close with Beyonce and Jay-Z. Come on, man.
Come
That's a status thing.
on.
How can we prove
Status.
it?
But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Cause I at this point, whatever. But this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that they got married for different reasons. Lala, like you said, was established in Hollywood. She was on TRL Live or whatever. She was on VH1, and she had visibility. So Lala can't marry just anybody. She has to marry someone with equal or greater status because that's how they operate. She could have married a doctor. She could have married a lawyer. She could have married a construction worker in the name of love, but she didn't.
So she
This
should just be okay with getting married. I mean, with getting cheated on.
She
She should just
signed
be
up
okay with
for
it.
it. Of all the people in the
No
world
one signs
that
up for that. That's crazy.
listen,
I know.
of all the people in the world that are most likely to be unfaithful in their marriage, a basketball player is probably on the top of that list. And if Lala wanted to somebody to be faithful, she shouldn't have gone on the top of the list of someone that's most likely to be unfaithful. Mind you, I'm a basketball head, so I know Melo was in the strip clubs in Denver. I know
There's no problem with him being in there.
listen, there is a problem when in the basketball culture you go into strip clubs because they want you there. There's somebody in there looking for you. That's different. See, that's what I'm saying. You don't have any concept of this culture of why people in that and of the status get together. So you're judging it based on two normal people, and they're not.
The
Think
premise
about
of
this.
marriage is the
So she
same.
shouldn't be hurt or upset that she got cheated on.
She's not. I seen an interview where she said, "Yeah, me and Carmelo are good friends. He's like my buddy. He's cool. I'm cool with him.
Cause
He's
she
like my buddy."
over him. She's
She's
over
not
it.
because she understood what she was. She understood the agreement. She
No,
understood the
no.
contract.
She understood that she couldn't change the person that he is. She couldn't make him be faithful to her. That's what she understood. So she stopped trying. And she realized what it was and she gave what she was gonna give. She's still a bad woman. She still has it. That's the thing. She still has it. And the
And so does
I'm
he.
gonna leave that
What's the
alone.
point?
I'm gonna
What's the
leave that alone.
what
I'm
relevance
gonna
is
leave
that?
that portion of it off.
She signed up for it. She knew
She
this.
didn't
She
sign
knew.
up for to be cheated on. No one
Listen.
signs up for that,
She
Darius.
married a basketball player notorious for going from city to city in strip clubs, hanging out with the boys.
No one signs up
he
for
is
that.
famous for being on the banana boat, which is a boat full of NBA players, and they're doing God knows what. He's famous for this, and she married him on VH1. She married him on TV. You can't tell me she didn't sign up for this. She married a man on national TV. She didn't do it for love. She did it for clout.
I don't understand. I
You
didn't
don't
understand the
understand?
last comment.
What's the last comment? Well, it's I forgot. I forgot. That's exactly right. Thank you, Drago's Flame. The ladies care more about her feelings than she does. She's good. She understood what she
Now
was getting into. She understood what she was
she's
signing
good
up
now.
for.
But she also said in another interview that it took her a while.
For
It took her some time to get to that place that she's currently in. It took her some time. She didn't just wake up and say, "Hey, realize I married a basketball player. Realize women are throwing themselves at him all the time, and he might not have no self control. May not honor our vows." So who wakes up
listen,
and says that? Like what? Come on now.
I feel like no one deserves to get cheated on. Fair enough. I also feel like an average woman working at the bank meets an average guy. They get married. They have kids or whatever. Come to find out he cheated on her. She's not expecting that because she's marrying on the fact that he's gonna be a regular guy, be faithful, hold up to his responsibilities. A Lala, knowing the culture, she's in Hollywood, she's on television, she hears the stories of these basketball players having multiple women, going from city to city, going to strip clubs, getting drunk, messing with multiple women at multiple times. She knows the culture. And instead of saying, you know what, I'm gonna find someone that's low key, that we can establish a family together, we can establish a life together. I'm gonna keep my private life private. I'm gonna keep, all that to myself. I'm not gonna do all that. She decides, let me go get a basketball player. The most notorious people for known for cheating, for having multiple women, for getting multiple women pregnant. Let's go ahead and run that. Let's run it. She signed up for it. She's not oblivious. She knows the game.
Because she asked herself to marry her, right? She asked him to marry her, right? She went and found him.
She
and ask them
accepted
to
the
marry.
invitation. Women turn down proposals all the time. She could have turned them down if she didn't want a dude to cheat on her. She accepted it. She knew what she was
Darius,
doing.
that come
What are we
on,
talking
D.
about?
That's crazy. That's crazy. You sound crazy.
Chat.
Crazy.
Am I sounding crazy, Naomi?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry, I had a call come through, so I didn't hear everything that you said.
I'm saying that an average woman dating an average man and getting married and he cheats on her, she's not expecting that to be that infidelity. She's not expecting that because she's playing by normal rules. She got together for strictly love and all that. But a Lala who's been in Hollywood and knows the game, she knows these basketball players. She's probably interviewed a bunch of them, and a bunch of
Of
them have
course.
been
That's
hitting her
true.
up. She knows the game. And if she wanted somebody to marry for forever, she would have got someone that's not in that lifestyle and someone that she can depend on to be a little bit more faithful. But what did she do? Let me go not only just a basketball player. Let me get at the time Carmelo was the top 5 basketball player in the NBA. Let me go get him, and then let's go ahead and air our marriage on VH1 in front of the entire world, from millions of people. She knew what she was signing up for. You're insane.
That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy. That's crazy.
But
But
what's
Naomi,
hey,
what's crazy about that? I mean, she knew, like Darius said, she knew what she was signing up for. That's like, I hate to say it, but that's like marrying a pastor. You know what you're signing up for.
I use
You
the example.
know.
Yeah, I used the example last night. If I married a stripper or exotic dancer, and I marry her for better or for worse. And I'm thinking, I'm gonna be faithful. We're gonna have this great marriage. And come to find out, I find out that she's having sex with other men for money, and they cash out on her $500, $1,000, $2,000, and come to find out she's having sex with these men for money. And I'm over here crying and boohoo and hurt, like, oh my god, how can she do this? She's a stripper.
You knew what you were signing up for.
You knew what you were signing up for. What are we talking about? This is insane. I don't understand. What I don't understand is why y'all
Well,
immediately cape for this woman when she appears to be in such a good place because she understood the agreement. And yes, I think she was embarrassed that he got another baby on her on the side, but to sit here and act like she'd expected this man to be 100% faithful and expect this man to be a husband and an average person would be. I don't get why y'all would think that.
because she got married.
and
That don't mean nothing when you're in Hollywood. You get married so you don't look like a loser.
Darius, whether you whether you're in Hollywood, listen, the premise of marriage does not change. I don't care what you do.
Mr. Stewart agreed
I
with
don't
y'all.
care
He said
what
I'm
you do.
wrong.
Cheating is cheating. I don't care. Cheating is
Fair,
cheating. That's a deal
It
fair,
breaker.
doesn't
I'm
matter.
sorry, that's a deal breaker.
fair.
Cheating is
And
cheating.
if
And
you
I mean, to
if
say
I'm to
that
limit
she
my
signed up
happiness,
for that is wrong.
yeah, I'm gonna limit my happiness. The guy that makes me extremely happy, the guy that is chasing me, I'm supposed to not accept his proposal. I'm supposed to not, what I'm
If
saying.
he's
I'm
not
I'm
if he's
supposed
not a
to
good
not be happy because I understand that he can cheat on me. I mean, I'm going to anticipate him cheating on me.
I don't
I'm
get.
going into this
Yes, he's a
agreement
basketball player. Yes,
anticipating. That makes no sense.
he's a
And you work at
basketball
Toyota.
player.
You meet women buying cars every day.
That's these two are not the
How?
same. Tori, what planet are you living on?
This
Women
one.
throw themselves at him, and Lala knows this.
Darius.
She's interviewed basketball players. She's probably had friendships with basketball players. You guys
And
watch.
they're not all married. And they're not all married.
Why is
They're
that?
not all married.
Because they.
They don't got nothing to do
Because,
with her, me, or you. They're not married because they don't want to cheat on their
mm,
wives. I mean, they might be in relationships, but they're not bonded they're not unified with someone. They don't have a unity.
thank you, top slug sofa king. He says, I doubt they went into the marriage like that. I imagine she knew, but she only left after she milked the cow dry and he was washed up for the most part, and the money has been made. This is exactly
Wow, that's
right. This is true.
that's
He was he was one of the highest
wow.
paid NBA ballers from 2000, let's
That's
say
scary.
2010 to about 2015. When he was out of the league for about 2 years. And then he finally gets on another team and he's making considerably less money. And all of a sudden, all the extra marital problems come out the surface. I'm not saying that's her fault. He cheated. He's wrong for that, yes. But I'm
She didn't
saying,
sign up
like,
for it though.
she did. So you mean to tell me if you Tory, and there's a drug dealer. He sell drugs. You know, he been in and out of jail. You know his history, and he comes and he gets to know you, and he likes you, and you like him, and he proposed to you, and you say, "Oh, because he proposed to me, I gotta accept." Okay, so you accept the proposal, and you get married, and let's say one day, boom, 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 the police comes and knocks on the door. He handcuffs your husband, and then he handcuffs you, and you both going to jail. You mean to tell me that you didn't sign up for that?
No, I didn't. I didn't sign up for that.
Huh?
I didn't sign up for it.
But
Tori,
you
you
knew
just
what you knew his
If
lifestyle
that is
before y'all got
going to
married.
if that is to prove your point, no, I didn't sign up for that at all.
Oh
Tori, you
shoot.
just broke
I
the
don't agree with
internet.
that.
No.
You just broke the
I don't agree with
internet.
that.
You knew this man is a drug dealer, has a criminal history, and you still married him. And then when the police knock down your door, you are surprised. Oh my God, what's the police doing here? Oh my God. You did not sign up for the potential of being arrested by marrying a drug
That's a
dealer.
really good example. That's a really good example, Darius. Really good example. Not the same as cheating. Thank you. Not the same. It's a very good example where in any other, if we were talking about any other thing, absolutely, I would possibly agree with you. But because we're talking about someone being in a marriage and cheating and saying that the woman signed up to cheat, it's a no-go.
She signed up when she married someone who is in a lifestyle, in a culture where women throw
Yeah,
themselves
I
at
no no.
them. They go to
Totally
multiple.
understood.
So it's
Totally understood. Premise of marriage still doesn't change. Doesn't matter what your career is.
the right or wrong of it. I agree with you. It's wrong that Carmelo stepped
Doesn't
out
matter what you do.
I agree that Carmelo he stepped out and he's wrong for doing that. The cheating is wrong. We all agree on that. The cheating aspect is wrong. But there's a difference between a woman that marries a regular Joe and he cheats on her because he don't like how the cookie tastes or how the cookie feel no more, so he cheat on her or whatever. He's bored with her. Versus a woman marrying an NBA player that's already entrenched in a lifestyle to where he got strippers in the boom boom room somewhere in Miami. He already got the strippers on deck. He got the strippers on speed dial. He got the side chicks on speed dial. This is the whole culture. And Lala says, I see the culture. Yeah, he got that 100 million. Yeah, we'll take that.
But
She
see,
knew what she was
Darius,
getting into.
I'm gonna tell you like I said. I'm gonna tell you like I said last night. When you say, "Oh, he was wrong for cheating," but that but negates everything that you just said previously.
No, it
It's like,
doesn't.
yes, it does. Yes, it does. Cheating, it either
Kind of
is
a
or
little
isn't.
bit.
He was wrong. Cheating is he was wrong for cheating. I don't care what culture he in. I don't care none of that. He cheated. He was wrong. Now she decided. Now here's my thing on it. She decided to stay, and that's a whole nother issue in itself. He cheated. She decided to stay. He kept cheating. That's a
Why
total
she
that's
stayed?
okay. We don't know why she stayed. But what I'm saying is, there's don't look at me like that. What I'm saying is cheating is wrong. Point blank, period. There is no but in it. It's just wrong. Cheating is wrong. Cheating is wrong. He
This
shouldn't have
isn't.
cheated.
No one
We
signed
we
up
we
for
all
cheating.
agree to that. The cheating part is wrong, but to say that Carmelo cheating on Lala is not the same as Brandon cheating on Shirley.
Yes, it is.
Why she
It's
gotta
not
be
the
named Shirley?
because it's not the same. Shirley married Derek strictly knowing that this is going to be a legitimate marriage. She hopes that he's an average man. She dated him based on the fact that he would be a faithful man. Lala did not marry Carmelo believing that he was going to be faithful
How do
because
you
she
know that?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
the dude was in strip clubs banging strippers before they got married. What are you talking about? I've been following this man's whole career. You guys are
So,
insane.
okay. Yeah, no, I'm sticking to it. Yeah, no one signs up to be cheated on, and that's just what it is.
If Lala didn't want to be cheated on, or if Lala wanted to have a better probability of a faithful marriage, then the first person she should have married is not a basketball player. I'm sorry. That's doesn't make any
So
sense.
who? So she should have married someone that's not on her level.
You can't have it both ways, Tori. No. Either you can't. Okay, if Carmelo's
Not,
on your
not.
level
She
and
should have
you,
went to. She
I'm
should. Okay,
I'm
I got
I'm
you.
saying that
Got you now.
if being faithful is number one on your list, then you gotta find a man in a space to where he's most likely to be faithful. He's not in a culture that promotes not being faithful.
Just
Think
because the
about
culture promotes it doesn't mean that you have to
You have to
do it.
subscribe to it.
listen, you guys are
You
crazy.
literally give them no, like, you give. I mean, you failed them. They're failures to you.
It that's not I listen, what they're doing is not right. I can agree with that. But you gotta understand, these men are not home the way that an average man is home. An average man goes to work 9 to 5, he comes home to the kids, he comes home to the wife. A basketball player, he's in training camp for 2 months. Then he plays an NBA season for 4 to 5 months. Then, if he's going to the championship, he says that's an extra 2 months. He's never home for his wife. He's never home with his wife. He's never home with his family. He's literally
So
on
what
the
changes
road.
about his marriage?
He's not home.
What
He's
changes about
on
his
the road.
commitment?
The principle doesn't change, but you can't be fair and say that he should be as faithful as a man that's home every night. That
What?
doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah,
It's
listen to what you just said.
it's
Think about it again. Think
no, I
about it
said what I
one more
said. It's hard
time.
for it was hard for a man or a woman to stay connected to their spouse if they're never home, Tori. That's just common sense. So you're most susceptible to cheat when you're not connected literally to the person. You don't make any sense. That's just
No,
common
that
sense.
didn't make any sense.
Why you think
That didn't
men
make
in the
any sense.
military or women in the military for that matter, they have spouses that are not in the military with them. They have spouses at home. They overseas, and everybody, people, men
And they
particularly
remain
in the
faithful
you're
to their
smoking.
spouses.
You smoking.
And they
Men in the
remain faithful to
military
their spouses.
are most notorious for cheating on their spouses because they're not home, Tori.
Agree.
They remain faithful to their spouses.
Naomi, what you say?
No, I don't
Top
agree with
slut
that
Sofa
completely.
King. This is the second time he done said something like this. It's not her fault. Like, how are we blaming a woman because a man chased her? What? He asked her to marry him and now he cheats and it's her fault. Like, that makes no sense.
No, we didn't say it was her fault, but I,
No, that is
I
what
always.
Darius is saying.
No, I'm not. No, it's not what I'm. You putting words in my mouth. No, I never said it's her fault for why he cheated. I'm saying
She
that
signed
she
up for it, it's her
signed up.
fault. They cheaters the
It's not
same,
the
you know.
same. It's not the same. It's not the same. No, 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 no. People sign up for things every day and they weigh the risk versus the reward every single day. Now, sometimes the risk happens and they get burnt. It doesn't mean that, you know, they deserve it or they're the cause of it. It just means that when they first signed up for it, they said that the reward, they are banking on the reward being greater than the risk. And sometimes that's not the case. But she signed up for it 100%.
We
That's all
agree to
I'm just saying.
disagree. We
And
agree to disagree.
on that note, we'll shift to our final topic tonight because that was insane, guys. That
Well,
was
yeah.
crazy. Last
Crazy.
topic is very sensitive, very explosive. I might get taken off the air. I don't care. It's my show. We're gonna do it. Okay. So, Lizzo. Let's talk about Lizzo.
Lizzo.
Lizzo. Lizzo is in the news intermittently because about her. She's constantly crying about being body shamed, right? So
Wait. What's who? Remind me who this is again.
Lizzo is big fat. Oh, I don't know if I
Check
want to
the
say
chat.
fat. I'm sorry.
Oh no.
No, I'm
Check
serious.
the
Like,
chat,
remind me
Jess.
who she is again.
She's a
Lizzo,
singer, rapper,
yeah, she's a singer, rapper.
entertainer.
She's a
What
heavy set woman that's constantly naked. She's showing her body. She's flaunting her body and everything.
What's a
Um,
song that I'm really trying to think. Y'all gotta understand. I don't be listening to today's music. I'm old school. Who is this person? What song did she make?
Mrs.
I
Stu is
can't
wild.
say. Um, I can't even name one of her songs.
Um,
Yeah, no. I just put her in the chat, Jess. So I just reposted her
oh,
picture.
her.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I know who you're talking about now. Okay, continue with the topic.
This
L-
picture is wild, man.
Lizzo is making waves because she had on a full. It looked like she stapled plastic bags on her body or something. I don't know, but she
That's
has.
not what it is.
We don't
It's
know.
like a no, it's a mesh material. It's almost like a bathing suit cover up because I have one like that. I wouldn't wear it in the way that they wore it, but that's what it is. It's a
Well,
mesh
so
see-through dress.
Okay, so basically you're saying she's upset about being body shamed, or she's saying that she's being body shamed. Is that the issue?
Uh, that's Lizzo's issue constantly. When every time she's in the news is regarding what she has on or controversy with someone else, and it always
Okay.
ends to her being body shamed.
All right.
So
So okay.
yeah.
So um I'm not a skinny woman. I'm
Mm-hmm.
a size 18. You know. Um and I love the way I look. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I would be prettier if I was skinny. No, I like the way I look. I do know that, I could probably be a little more physically fit, but hey, well, it is what it is. I like me. I like the way I look. Yet at the same time, I'm not gonna go out here in a mini skirt and a tube top. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to dress
Mm-hmm.
appropriately for my size. You can be a big girl and still be beautiful.
mm-hmm.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, there's I think, in my opinion, I think Lizzo is pushing the boundaries a little bit too much with what she's wearing. Like, sis, you can be gorgeous and dress gorgeous, but be classy with it. Like, I think there's a fine line in what she's doing. I don't know if I don't understand what statement she's trying to make with what she's wearing, and then to turn around and say, "Oh, you're body shaming me." Nobody's saying that you have to be ashamed about your body, but you could dress better.
I want to say something, but I'm a man, and women have this thing. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I love y'all, but y'all have this thing. If a man says it, it's all hell breaks loose. But if a woman says it, you kind of maybe ride with it, kind of not ride with it. But if I say this, I'm gonna get some backlash. I don't care. So black
What was the
women,
disclaimer for?
I'm about to get into it. Black women in
Don't care.
particular have had this battle with weight. Of all the other races, you look at the Asians, you look at the white people, you look at you know, you know, all the different races in the world. Black women are the most obese. They're the heaviest for their weight, for their height. And we talked about Kevin Samuel before. And everybody has a love-hate relationship with Kevin Samuel. He speaks the truth. I mean, I don't agree with everything he says, but he's very truthful. And one of the main talking points that people hated with Kevin Samuels is when he started asking women what's their dress size, what's their what's
Mm-hmm.
their what's their height, dress size, and how would you rank yourself? But particularly the dress size, women get kind of, why are you telling me that? And it's because like black women in particular have an issue with weight. And it's like Lizzo on one hand is trying to advocate for the black ladies that maybe have an issue with weight or overweight or whatever. But on the other hand, it's like my question is, what's the right message? Because Lizzo is massively overweight. She's taller, but she's massively overweight. And it's like, is it okay to promote? Because being overweight is a sickness. Obesity is a sickness. Heart disease, kidney failure, diabetes. These things are brought upon directly by carrying that extra weight. And it's like, okay, what point do we sacrifice being obese, being a medical condition, versus body positivity? Where's the line?
Well, I mean, do I think it's okay to promote like just being morbidly obese and being unhealthy? No. I don't think that's okay. You do not need to promote being unhealthy. I do think I do think as women we do need to be more conscious about our health. I do believe that. And I'm preaching to myself because I know I need to be more conscious about my health. What I'm eat, I need to eat better. I need to exercise. I know I need to do those things. I need to be more conscious about my health. But I think the message should be about being healthy, not necessarily the I don't know how to put it. Not necessarily focusing on the weight or the size, but focusing on being healthy because not everybody's going to be a slim person. But you can promote being healthy if that makes sense. Like I may never get down to being a size 8, but I can work on living a healthy lifestyle. And
Mm-hmm.
in living that healthy lifestyle, I may lose weight, I may drop down a couple of dress sizes, but I feel like my focus should be on being healthy, not necessarily on a specific size. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
so let me ask an explosive question. Let's get it jiggy. Let's get it controversial. So let's say you have the women out here who are overweight. Do you feel that being overweight could be a reason why many women are single? And do men have a right to prefer a woman based on her weight?
Yeah,
Yeah, why
yeah.
not?
I mean, yeah,
Absolutely.
because I mean, you got women that don't, some women want to be with a full figured man, and some women want to be with a man that's ripped. I mean, it goes down to preference. It's what you prefer.
Hmm.
It's all about preference. I don't think there's anything wrong with a man saying, I don't want to date an overweight woman, the same way a woman could say, I don't want to date an overweight man. It's about preference. But it's about, I think it's also in how you deliver that preference. Are you being respectful in your preference? It's one thing to say I
Oh,
don't it
jeez.
no,
He's
it's
doing so
true.
good.
It's one thing to say I don't want to date a woman that's overweight, but don't bash her. Don't bash them.
Oh,
You know
jeez.
what I'm saying? What, Darius? What? I'm saying there's nothing wrong with having a preference, but be respectful in your preference.
This is where I call Cap. I smell a Cap salad because
Oh God.
you say here. I ask you a question and you say, "Oh, nothing wrong with a man preferring a woman based on weight." Cool. But then we wind back at the top of the show, and you have a problem when a man preferring a younger woman. So this man has a preference
Okay,
for a
if
younger
we're
Never
woman.
had a
if we're
problem with a
going back
man.
if we're
That's
going back to that,
Cap.
it's like I said earlier when we were talking about old boy and all of his preferences. I said he can want whatever he wants for me personally. It
Mm-hmm.
was his delivery and his egotistical way of
Oh,
stating what he
Lord
wanted.
have mercy.
You asked. I did. If that's
I'm
what that
listening.
man wants, if that's what that man wants, that's what he wants. But don't, in the process of stating what you want, bash other people, and make them feel inadequate because they don't match up to your preference.
He didn't bash anybody. What are we talking about here? Who did he bash?
Wait,
He
wait a minute, how did bashing come into play? Who got bashed? That's my question.
Because
This is why I call
Darius was
Cal.
no,
Go ahead.
Darius was asking if it's wrong for a man to not want to date a woman that's obese. If it's wrong for a man to prefer a woman based on her weight. I said no, because that's their preference. If that's what you prefer, that's what you prefer. My whole thing was just be respectful in it. If that's what you prefer, that's what you prefer, but
So
don't bash people that don't fit that preference.
him
But
in
what happened?
particular. Oh, go
Go
ahead.
ahead. Mm-mm, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This man in particular didn't bash anybody, but you have a. It's like you want men to state what they want in the way that you want them to be stated, and it's like, and that's the problem that women have with Kevin Samuels. He says facts all day long, 1,000%. No woman has refuted the facts, but it's the delivery, how he said it, and I'm thinking like, what does it matter?
But my thing is, Darius,
It
and I've
doesn't
said this.
matter.
No, my thing is this, and I've said this before. Women have to be respectful in how they deal with men too. We have to be respectful in how we address y'all the same way y'all have to be respectful in how you dress us. It's about being a human being. Forget whether it's man or woman. It's just about being a freaking human being. If a woman prefers a certain thing, fine, that's fine. If a man prefers a certain thing, that's fine. But just don't be disrespectful in how you present it. That's all I'm saying.
This man wasn't disrespectful at all. And I'm referring to a video with Kendra G. She's talking to a
Oh, we
47-year-old
going back
man.
to that.
I'm recapping for
How
people in
are
the
we getting back to
listen.
this?
You're still on trial, but I'm recapping for the people that are listening today, the new viewers. Okay, we started with a video with Kendra G. She's interviewing a 47-year-old man. She's asking him what is he looking for in a wife. And he just rattled off, natural phase. I want a woman from 25 to about 37. I want her to be high sex drive. I want her to, be submissive and, be chill and all this stuff. And I want her to call me daddy. I want her to look at me as that father figure because I'm doing my thing. And the ladies had an issue with it. Now, fast forward, I asked a question about, should a man prefer a woman based on weight? And you have no problem with that. But yet, when a man tells you what he really wants, you have a problem with his delivery. And I'm like, what difference does it make?
No one ever said that there was a problem in him preferring whatever he prefers. We just said that was pretty unrealistic and it was crazy. He's not
It's
wrong for
not
wanting what he
unrealistic.
wants.
There's plenty of young women who love older men.
Can we
Plenty.
get
Yeah,
back to
That's
the
true.
topic that we were supposed to
Lizzo,
be talking about? Like, because I'm really not
Lizzo.
trying to go back down this road with old boy from earlier. He want what he want. That's fine. Let him have it. Peace be
But
unto him. Let
but
him have it.
but back on Lizzo, like again, and I've talked to many men. And a lot of them, they're not from this country. A lot of men are not, women are at the black women are at the bottom of marriage. Like the statistic is the person that's least likely to get married in the United States is a black woman. So you have to figure out, okay, why is the black woman on the bottom? These black women are beautiful. They're intelligent. They're smart. They're
Yeah, but
phenomenal.
their mindset is what's keeping them from getting married.
But you would think so. But guess what else is keeping them from getting married?
They
Talk to me.
big.
They big. Black
I'm not.
women, black women lead the nation in obesity. The average weight of a male in America is about 169 pounds. So he's about 100, between 170 to 175 pounds. That's the average weight of a man. Most
Mm.
women that I know personally, and I'm not gonna name them. I love y'all. I love y'all, black women, but they're over 200 pounds. They're bigger than a man. So is does weight play is weight another unconcerning reason to why women, black women in particular, could be single today? Is that, and Lizzo is champion, but nobody shaming here. I'm big, girl. I ain't gonna change it. I ain't losing no weight. Is that part of the, like, what's really going on here? Talk to me.
I said, like I said, I feel like the focus should be on being healthy.
Focus should be
With
on.
being
Mhm.
with being healthy will come a healthy weight.
Yeah,
I
but
agree.
what necessarily is a healthy weight? Because there are women on the smaller
Good
scale
question.
that are extremely small, and they may not be viewed as healthy because they're very tiny, like size zero, or extra small. They're really small and petite, but they may be viewed as anorexic
John, what's
or
wrong with me?
bulimic or whatever. So, what is actually a healthy weight?
I think that, I mean, it whatever is, I guess what I'm saying is, if you're striving to live, you have to find out what your healthy weight is. Everybody has a healthy weight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you have to figure out what that is. If that means you have to consult with a physician or whoever to figure out what a healthy weight is for you, that's what you do. But I personally prefer to focus on getting healthy, because in getting healthy, you're also going to get to a healthy weight. You're going to get to what's healthy for you.
I disagree with that. I think, because look, the human body is biology. So there's an optimum weight based on how tall you are, because the physical body is an actual, it's a body. It's a scientific thing that you can actually, down to the weight, down to the mass, figure out how much you should weigh based on how tall you are, and factor in gravity, factor in age. Like, these women that are thick now, BBWs, and I've said before, I love a thick woman. Like, they're the best. However, these thick women are are blazing when they 25, when they 30, when they 35, when they 36. When them jokers start getting 40, 45, 50, 55, that weight don't look the same. That gravity starting to pull in places they didn't expect. And it's a whole
Mm-hmm.
different ball game. And now they're not sexy no more. They're dealing with obesity. They're dealing with they can hardly breathe. They having oxygen tanks. They're dealing with diabetes. They're on medication for a different type of diabetic medicines and all these different stuff. They're living a totally different lifestyle in their 50s and their 60s than the women that are less. So I disagree with the premise that you can surmise a healthy weight for you and then just stick there. There's a healthy weight scientifically that you need to at least get to be healthy in your later years.
Okay, but did you not hear me say that if you don't know how to figure out what's healthy for you, consult a physician?
Yeah, you did say that, but
All right
why?
then. So that's the point that I'm making. If you don't know how to begin a journey to living a healthy life or getting yourself to a healthy weight, why not consult a physician to learn that stuff, to educate yourself about it? That's the point that I'm making. Everybody has a healthy weight for them. If you don't know what it is, if you don't know how to figure that out, then maybe consult a physician or do the research to figure out what you need to get to that weight, to get to that healthy lifestyle.
Let's be honest though. How many black women know that off real?
Not many.
Okay, so I feel like it shouldn't be, when the rubber meets the road and you don't have any knowledge, then okay, let me scramble to try to figure out the best way. And that's what, and I love black women. I love them. But that's what women do. Women that start gaining a little weight. You know, it gets put on, it get a little weight here, a little weight there, and then one day they look at themselves and like, oh, you know, and then they're scrambling and trying to find the best solutions to lose the weight. And then they'll try something, and then that'll fall off. They get tired of going to the gym, and then they'll start back going to the gym. And they'll eat healthy for a week, and then they're like, I want to eat this, and then or they'll go out with their girlfriends, and they eat the whole thing of wings and fries and sweet potatoes and all this crazy stuff. It's like it's like you know we have to be cultured into eating healthy from when we are young. And then as we grow older, we'll have a concept of healthy living already instead of letting ourselves get to a point where it's like, oh, there's a point of no return. The rubber met the road and now we're scrambling. It's harder to change those habits. That's what I think. So I see what you're saying, but it's like you're saying, it's like what you're saying applies to a person that's already big and it's like, oh, I need to fix it, as opposed to creating a culture to where black women, black men, all cultures know what's healthy from they've been taught what's healthy from childbirth, from when they're young. They have a healthy understanding of what diet is and what weight they need to be in. And they just continue that throughout their life. It's much easier to stay healthy than it is to get healthy. That's what I'm saying.
That's yeah, I agree with that. As far as trying to get healthy versus staying healthy, because trying to do a crash diet or drastically change your eating habits, that's hard, especially if you're used to eating all kind of crazy stuff. It's hard to try and get on track with your health and make those necessary changes.
So bring it back to Lizzo because Rush Ribbon, she has a good point. Going back to Lizzo, so where do y'all fall on Lizzo? Because Lizzo saying, man, bump your BMI, bump all this unhealthy eating, John. I ain't with that.
I
You
mean,
gonna
I'm
accept me?
I
Like,
already told you where I stand on that. I don't approve of that message.
what about
yeah,
you? What
I'm
about you,
not.
Tori? Oh, I'm sorry. Whoever want to go.
She going I'm not really fond of her message. I'm all for, loving the skin that you're in, loving yourself and all of that, but girl, let's be real. Rihanna versus Lizzo. Two different ends of the scale. One, Rihanna's look was way more classier to me
It
than
was.
Lizzo's. Lizzo was
That
uh
wasn't appealing at all.
yeah, like who wants that? I don't care if you are the most beautiful big girl in the world. That just was not it for me.
Yeah, and
It wasn't visually appealing. And even from a fashion standpoint, it was not visually appealing. I mean, she didn't even have on any pasties. At least put on some pasties, girl.
oh, she was just. Oh yeah, you're right. She was bare
She
breasted
was
under
all
there.
out. She had no pasties on. Like, where's your dignity?
So do you
Come
feel
on.
that you feel like Lizzo's a classy person?
Not mm, not
Mm-mm.
really, no.
No,
No, she's
no.
not she's not modest to me. She's not modest at all. Like, I feel like certain things should be left to the imagination. There was there's a photo of Gucci Mane's wife, Keisha Kaur. She wore something similar to that. She's married. I wouldn't wear nothing like that in public with my husband. That's for the bedroom. So it's like Lizzo wants to. She's a skinny girl in her mind. She's a size 10 in her mind, but physically, no. On the
This
outside, no. You're not. You're a big girl, and you can't do everything that small girls do. You can
this
be
And you
is
can't
sexy
wear
and
everything that
big,
small girls
but you
wear.
can't do
mm,
everything that somebody my size would be able to do, because it's not gonna be executed the same way that I would execute it. It's not gonna look the same.
Right. This is a very good comment. Drago's Flame. You on the money, bro. He was like, I believe Lizzo's being influenced to stay overweight, and that's a
I
very
agree with that. I agree with that because she hasn't really made any changes. If you look at the girl from Precious, Gabernay, I don't know how to say her last
Gabber,
name.
Gabby
Sidibe,
Sibere.
whatever
I
whatever
can't
her
say her
last
name
name
either.
is, but she's made some changes. You can
Hmm.
see from when she was in Precious how big she was versus now she's come down a little bit. She's lost some weight.
Hmm.
She looks good. She's still a larger girl, but she's maintained a quote unquote healthy weight or made some healthier changes for herself. Lizzo, on the other hand, she just don't give a damn. She don't care.
Right.
Like,
Right.
I'm just gonna
And
walk around and with my orangutan titties and do what I want to.
not
right. And like
orangutan.
I totally agree with what Naomi is saying. Like I mean, I just, I believe everybody's not gonna be a super small person. It's just not gonna happen for everybody. But you can make healthier lifestyle choices. You can do better. Lizzo just
Mm-hmm.
ain't doing that. She just not doing that. Like, I mean, I even look at Monique. Monique was a big advocate for big girls. She was. Like, she was. But, she still or at some point she started to develop and maintain a healthy lifestyle. Now Monique is still not she ain't no super skinny person. She's still a bigger girl, but she's living healthier.
She's had surgery. Let's come on. This not cap.
For
She
some,
has
okay, no, no,
she
no,
has surgery.
no, 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 no. For some people, you may need that. For some
Why
people,
would you
that you
need
may
that?
need it
So
because
let me
maybe
ask you.
you can't. Maybe just exercise and dieting alone wasn't enough to get her to a healthy place. Maybe she needed to have surgery to help her get to a healthy place. I'm not going to shame her if she had to have surgery or if she elected to have surgery to help her get to a healthy place. I'm not going to do that. I'm not
Okay,
going to take away her success in getting healthy because she had a surgery to help her do it.
I'm not either, but I'm saying, okay, let's say she was 330 pounds, right? And she was at a weight to where surgery was, I guess, maybe the best option. Let's take that. Is it how much responsibility does she has for getting to the 330 pounds? I guess what I'm asking.
I mean, yeah, that's still her responsibility if she got to that weight. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that she's not responsible for getting to that weight. We're all responsible for what we put in our bodies. We're responsible for what we put in our body. That's I mean, that's just realistic. But
Mrs. Go ahead, I'm listening.
I guess what I'm saying, yeah, she is responsible for getting herself to that weight. But she also took the responsibility of getting healthy too.
I don't know. This is just me, and mind you, I'm a skinny peanut head kid from the country, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. But I don't consider having surgery as a step to being healthy. I don't.
Maybe diet and exercise alone wasn't enough for her.
And Mr. Stewart's on. He's with me. He said the surgery ain't healthy. I disagree with. First of all, you got to the point where you need surgery. That's not healthy, and
Right.
I don't feel like having surgery is a step to being healthy. I think because there's people who have died on that table trying to have liposuction or whatever may have you. It is not healthy. I don't consider that a step in your health wellness to have surgery. It may be a necessity, but I can't call it healthy. I don't think I agree with that. I'm not sure. But ladies, I told you guys we're gonna rock it till 10:30, 10:33. This has been an amazing show. Shout out to the Heard 'em Say podcast. Shout out to my girl Monique, my girl Naomi the homie, and of course Tori, who will argue with a brick wall. She is amazing. These ladies are phenomenal. Thank you so much for having us tonight. Ladies, what you think? Can we rock this every Wednesday? How y'all feeling? Y'all want to let the people know like how are we going to be scheduling this? When can they expect this again?
Um,
Uh-oh. See what I mean?
yeah, right. Don't do that.
I do all the
Maybe,
listen,
maybe
everyone.
not every Wednesday to start off. Maybe every other Wednesday.
Thank you, Rush. Rush is like first great first show. This is indicative of the relationship between men and women. I did all the work for the podcast. I did the logo. Shout out to Karen
Why
Berry.
you got to put us on blast like that,
Have to. She
though?
helped me with the logo. She's an amazing photographer. What's her business? Courthouse photo photography, something like that.
Courthouse photography, yeah.
Yeah, she's an amazing photographer. I was going to say I'm going to shout her out. I love you, baby girl. But I did all the work, logo. I created the email. I created the YouTube channel. All the social media is all me. All the
You
ladies have
did,
to do is show up and be pretty and beautiful and vibrant and be the stars of the show, which they are 100%.
and we showed up.
I get it, but it's like pulling teeth to get y'all to show up when y'all really not doing any of the work.
Darius, we're here. I'm here. I'm here. You want to do this again next Wednesday, bro? Let's do it.
Right, like, let's make it happen
Let's
And
do
on
for
it.
real.
and I turn the coin over, and they all be saying, "Well, not every Wednesday. No, we good this
Because
Wednesday."
I have to pull your leg because you give me a hard time, so I'm gonna give you a hard time.
Okay, fair enough. Fair
Mm-hmm.
enough.
So next
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday we will be back.
Next Wednesday, we're gonna be back, and we're gonna touch some topics. It's gonna get explosive again. Maybe the ladies put me on trial because I said something stupid, and I have to answer for it.
Oh God.
Maybe something will happen. I know that some things floating in my head.
We gonna see.
R. Kelly is a thing floating in my head. I wanted to talk about Jada Pinkett and how she's so ratchet.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different things that's floating around my little pea brain up here. So we're gonna have some good topics coming up next week. Not sure what it's gonna be, but same time, same place. We'll be sure to give y'all some updates so y'all can be aware of when we're gonna go live stream again. It's been wonderful, guys, and also follow us and get those likes up
Yeah,
on YouTube. What are you doing?
Definitely.
Get the likes up on YouTube. Follow our YouTube channel. Follow our Facebook channel, the Heard 'em Say podcast page. Go follow that page. The stream will be on there as well. Also, Instagram. Did it for the gram. We did it for the gram too. We made a Instagram page on there as well. It's heard underscore m underscore say 21. I'll say that again. Heard underscore em underscore say 21. That's the Instagram page. Go check that out. There's gonna be some additional content on there as well. If you can't get enough of Tori arguing me up and down about God knows what, or Monique chopping my head off, putting words in my mouth. So, ladies, any final
wow.
remarks?
Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all.
You guys, listen. The ladies make the show. The ladies are the show. I love each and every one of these ladies. These ladies, besides my wife, these ladies know me the best. And believe me, they know where the bodies are buried. And believe me, I buried them, so they know where they at. But shout out to everyone. Thanks again for tuning in to the Heard 'em Say initial premiere. Thank you so much, Gail. Gotta shout out Gail Lockett again, Miss Moderator. Shout out to Rush Ribbons. Go follow Rush Ribbons. She has an amazing channel. My guy, Mr. Stewart, he follows me and he salutes me all the time. Appreciate him. B Finesse again. Go check out her channel. Wonderful content for men and women. I'm gonna jump on her panel one day. I don't know when, but I'm gonna surprise her. But I got all that crazy stuff out the way. Thanks again, guys. We love you. You heard it first. We're gonna have a conversation here. We ain't having nothing else. We're gonna have a conversation. Thanks again, guys. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in to the Heard 'em podcast. Thank you.